This is the Muir's New School Atlas of Universal History Inkpot, a junk journal. I bought this book in Agansby, South Africa. It's a lovely green color. I put brass edges on the outside. I redid the spine because the book was so skinny, and I stenciled an Inkpot in sort of silvery green, and then this is a very, very dark denim that you're going to see on the spine, and then there's a satin ribbon that is also on your book. This is the inside cover. This is decorative tape. This is the original spine of the book that I purchased, and I thought maybe you would like to have it, so I included it in your journal. And then this is a little sort of a key marker with dried flowers that I made to go in this set. This is my original notation. This is a 918-page journal. And then this is a tobacco ad, Victorian tobacco ad. I love it. And I overlaid it onto a Cyrillic book page. So these are the little extras that come with your journal. This is a massive book. It is, let me just tell you really quick, it's 11 inches tall and 9 inches wide, and then about 5.5 inches thick. This is my sewing. This is a Coptic bound book, so it will lay completely flat no matter, you'll never be fighting with the binding, and it's super duper sturdy because there's lots and lots of little bitty signatures. There's at least 52 signatures in this book, and they're sewn to each other, not to the spine. I will show you the spine in just a bit. This is beautiful cardstock type paper. I live in Shanghai, China right now. We're getting ready to move back to the US, but it's really easy for me to get beautiful papers here because Chinese people really value paper. I'll explain that to you in a bit. This is from a retail establishment here in Shanghai, and I really, really like these bags. This is handmade paper. Construction paper, and this is the front of that bag, and this is another retail bag from here in Shanghai. I always leave distress on my work so you can see where things have been removed, and I don't take off stains or anything off of paper. I sterilize the paper, but I don't remove the history of the paper. I want the book to have as much depth as I can possibly give it to you. I mean, somebody bought something at Hope Show here in Shanghai, and then I rescued this bag out of the recycling and then turned it into your journal. So anyway, there's an enormous pedigree to things that have that level of history. This is a Chinese packaging, paper packaging that I really think is pretty because I really like the characters on it. And this is a fabulous pumpkin color. I had so much fun with these scissors. We together do best of all. I think this is just precious. This is on the outside of this bag, and I think it's adorable. This is sort of gold sparkly paper and construction paper and more of your gold sparkly paper. I hope that makes you happy. I think this is adorable. You would never see this in the United States, but it's so dear with the sort of fun English on it. I had to build these pages out of the construction paper because it's such a massive book, and I really didn't have paper that was big enough in some respects to make the full size page for this. So I had to, these papers I buy in rolls, but the other paper I had to build for you because it's too little. The paper is, I love craft paper. It's my absolute favorite, but of course I think colored paper makes a journal so much more fun. When you add that in, then everything is so full of personality. This says "Hello, Gorgeous," which I just think is adorable. I mean, what woman doesn't want to be greeted with that? So this is the back, and I don't know. I don't remember the name of that establishment. I'll show you in just a minute. I love black pages because they're really cool to write in white. Milk Barn. I think this is adorable. This is such a creativity. Curiosity is just adorable. More Chinese characters on reused paper. The sewing of this was pretty challenging because It's so big, but it is really fun to do. I love this paper. And you've got more handmade paper through here. Adam, I don't know what this is. I love the polka dots. I did translate this because I didn't understand what it was, and there's like snow and sun, and I'm like, what is the snow and the sun on this bag? This is a bag that's advertising, like asking people to donate food that's both cold and hot to the needy here in Shanghai, which I was actually very surprised to see that because you almost never see anybody needy in Shanghai. So anyway, there's poverty, but it's not really expressed the same way here in China. So most people are pretty private about that stuff here. So I was surprised to see that bag, but it's a cool bag. Black paper, construction paper, Chinese red paper, and more craft paper, and more of this lovely packaging paper that has the Chinese characters on it. And then it's actually packaging that's around the handmade paper that I buy, and I think that this is a picture of some of the forests that they probably harvest the wood to make the paper. This is a soybean bag that I rescued off the side of the road when we were driving by on our scooter. We drive an electric scooter all over the place here in Shanghai, which is tons of fun. And I saw this bag and I was like, oh, I have to have that bag. So I dragged it home and then ran it through my washing machine to make it clean for you. Anyway, this is more plastic than it is paper, and I thought it'd be really fun for you to sew stuff too. Gold paper, which is so pretty. That took me forever to get that. I ordered that and it came from super far away here. And China is such a big country. It's like crazy long shipping on that. You can see where I've repaired this little page. So I glued that together. I do that a lot. So you're going to see my repairs in this book a lot. Let me see if I can give you access to this a little bit more. There we go. I love that maroon paper. This is from the Starbucks where my husband and I go on our date nights all the time. I love this bag. It's not my Starbucks. Somebody else used it and recycled it. I don't ever take anything home there, and then I repaired it. So you'll see lots and lots of my repairs inside of this book. I had to use so much material in here because it's such a big, I love this because this is totally wrecked paper. And I couldn't make it flatter. I iron things like, it's got to be 8 times before you actually get it in the journal. But that one, I couldn't make it flatter. I love these bags. These come to me fairly regularly. I don't actually know what this company is, but I really love the colors on that bag. The ladies that tidy up in my compound save all of the paper bags for me because they know I'm going to rummage around in the garbage. And so they made a habit of saving all the paper bags for me, which is really sweet. Anyway, I get a lot of those red and orange bags. I love this bag because it's so distressed. It's such a pretty distress on this bag. And you can see all the distress on the inside too. Sunrise duty free, and so I'm guessing that somebody bought this at the airport. This is something they purchased at the airport. I actually don't know this company, and we fly in and out of Shanghai, so I don't know. I've never seen Sunrise before. This is silver, which is pretty. This is from the market where I buy my groceries. We don't go to the market. We get them delivered to our flat. And this is owned by this French guy who's married to a Chinese lady here. And I really like the Western food that guy sells. Good cheese and stuff. Good burgers. So anyway, those are my marketing bags that you're seeing there. And more silver paper, construction paper, this gold paper that took me forever to get. And more of that packaging. And craft paper, this is watercolor paper. I love this pink against this green and gold paper. It's so pretty. I had so much fun with these scissors cutting these papers out for you. I think it's so much more fun to have texture on the edges too, so that every piece of your book is, super duper styled for you. And then what you do with it will be, the final layer on it, which is going to be just lovely. I love this taxi cab yellow so much, and I left you this. This was hard for me to leave on because then I had to navigate around it when I was sewing it, but I love this retail bag. It's such a cool piece of paper. And more more of that lovely maroon color. And I don't actually know what this is. If you ever want to know what something says in Mandarin, you can always just use your photo translator on your cell phone, and then you just take a picture of it and it will automatically tell you what these words are. Tell the story of China. I love this bag. It's such a cool bag. And I always leave stuff like the holes where the handles were. I always leave things like that in the journal. So my dog, if you hear her, is snoring in the background. She's really old. She's getting ready to get back on the plane for like 24 hours to come home, and I'm glad she doesn't know, because she's not gonna like it. She's snoring. She's really old. That didn't get flat. She's really old. Oh, that's such a pretty stripe on there. This is an original book page from the Atlas, which I thought you'd have fun with, and I decided to give you the one from North America. My dog is going to interfere with this video, perhaps too much. So anyway, you've got the North American map in your journal for fun. And I don't know what Erdos is, but I loved the way that they did the characters here. They don't usually do those sort of loopy characters, distressed in the, they usually do them more stiff and more inky kind of, and so I think it's cool how they decided to do that particular logo. Oh, man, I'm gonna have trouble getting you through this in a hurry here. This is a big journal. This is the size that I use in my journaling. I journal twice a day. Uniqlo is a huge Japanese company, and they're lovely. They have lovely stuff, and it's huge in Shanghai. Everybody shops there, including me. This is a very pretty navy with the gold writing on it. And you can see, like, this is stained, but it's not dirty, but it's stained and then sterilized. I use straight bleach after I clean it with bleachy wipes. I then straight bleach it to keep it safe. This is a bag from 2010, and I love that. This is a 16-year-old bag. Let me show you what the spine looks like on this now. If you can see, so this book is connected to the covers, but not to the spine. The spine is super flexible, but indestructible. So because there's like zillions of signatures. So that's what your book looks like from the side. And then I will show you also what it looks like from the back. That's my ink stencil. And then if you want to, just go onto the site and you can see up close some of the more specific details of the book in pictures. But this is the only thorough look you're going to get at it. Brown construction paper and that 2010 excavator bag. And then this is, they call everything health. I don't know what this actually is, that bag there. Chinese people are super duper conscious of their health, so almost all the companies advertise health on the bag. This is very pretty green with the brown on it. Characters and craft paper, construction paper. There's this brasserie is an expat restaurant that's owned by the same dude that owns the market where we do all of our marketing. And every time we go, and whenever I want French fries, we go there, eat French fries, and they make yummy French fries, and we play cards on the patio, and then I steal the placemats. Well, I mean, they give them to you, but I mean, they normally throw them away, but I always take mine now. Actually, I always take everybody at the table, whoever's with us, I take every placemat. Nobody gets to have their placemats, I take them all. I really like that sticker on that bag. That's a sticker. This is really pretty gray. And we're not even, golly. This is a bread company, a French bread company here in Shanghai, and somebody in my compound, I live in this enormous compound, there's probably 10,000 people living in this, behind the gates in where we stay. And a lot of people super duper love that bread from that company, because I get a lot of those bags. So it must be yummy, yummy bread. I don't know, because we don't really eat many carbs in our family. This is like a talking kiwi, which, you know, I don't know what that voice would sound like, maybe squeaky. Anyway, Zespri is a brand that you see in the US a lot, I think. Maybe Zespri is one of the only kiwi brands, I don't know. Anyway, people here love kiwi, so it's like super valuable commodity. Everybody wants kiwi. Including my son went through a phase where he had to have kiwi every morning. Won't anymore. pink, my favorite color. But I try not to make, you know, Barbie journals only. I love the dress on this bag. It's such a sweet drawing of a dress. And plus, I always read this as girlfriend dress. So it's like one of my friends is, you know, dressing up somehow. I don't know. I really like that bag. And more of this very heavy paper. And then there's this really set of kind of swanky pages at the end. There's some really high-end retail pages in this book that I put in here, which I'll show you in just a minute. I don't know what Domi AM means. I have no idea, but it's a really cool navy blue. And then we're getting to, this is cake. And when they say cake, they don't mean cake like an American would mean cake. It means something different. Kaizen cake. It's a much sturdier thing and often has like onions and garlic and stuff in it, which is fine if that's the sort of thing you're expecting when you bite into a cake. This is a very, very heavy black paper, and then this is a Chanel couture bag that I got. There's some very, very, very wealthy people in my compound, and they do shop at Chanel and Louis Vuitton and places like that, and so I can get these bags every once in a while. This is one of the fanciest bags I've ever gotten though, and it's really pretty. Plus this is like 3D, so it's got some stains on the flower, but I love the flower and it's sitting there for you. And then there's another really, really fancy bag here at the end that I decided to add in here, which I'll show you. Peking chamber, I think that's super fun. Almost to the end, I think we are. Ooh, I talk like a foreigner. I've been out of the United States for 20 years. I put my modifiers in the wrong place. This is really pretty tiling, sort of raised tiling on this bag. It's really pretty. And construction paper, handmade paper, and the back of this, which has got lovely distress on it. It's one of my favorites. This is a Tory Burch bag, which I absolutely love. Plus, the inside of it says, reuse me, recycle me, and when you're done, but first, reuse me, recycle me, when you're done, but first attach the handles. I love this. So it's inside of your book, and I love this bag. That's such a cool bag. I just saw somebody giving somebody a Tory Burch as a gift at my son's graduation. I was thinking, I was coveting the bag. I didn't want the purse inside, but I super duper wanted the bag. But anywho, this belonged to a student. I had to hold myself back from sort of lunging. Could I please have that bag when you're done giving your daughter that gift? Did not do that, fortunately. This is fantastic orange, and another Uniqlo bag for you. I love those brown bags. I love craft paper bags. Almost done. Silver paper, white paper, and pink handmade paper, and navy blue, and then you've got the navy blue back page with the decorative tape, and this is the back of your journal. And then you've got this lovely, ooh, this is so heavy, spine on this book. That is the Muir's New School Atlas of Universal History Inkpot Junk Journal.